Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking all about mascaras. When I fancy getting a bit of inspiration, or there's something that I feel like just doing a chatty video, I will literally just have a look through my makeup and see kind of what grabs me. What maybe that there might be something that I was thinking when I was getting ready, but then I can't actually remember it, so I just kind of go through, and that's when I get a lot of my inspiration of subjects of what to speak about. Today I was thinking, I was going through and I was like, I've got quite a lot of mascaras. Like, it's actually ridiculous how many mascaras I have. Like, these are these are all open and I use them. I know for a fact that a lot of these are over 6 months old. So I've decided that I'm going to go through it. I'm going to chat a little bit, kind of do mini reviews and talk about them and get rid of the ones that should not be being used. Like, they're either dried up or, you know, they're way over the 6 months. They just need to go. You need to just move on with your life and get some fresh perspective. First, let's want to talk through just a little bit about mascaras. So the first thing is, you shouldn't really keep them for more than 3 to 6 months. Some people say 3 months. I think personally 6 months. Mascara dries out in 3 months, then you've got a problem, especially if it's an expensive one. Like, don't repurchase that. Like, that is just a rip-off. You shouldn't be using it because there's lots of bacteria that build up all in the wands and in the kind of neck of the mascara, and you know, you're putting that on your eye every single day, and it's, you know, you're gonna build all this different bacteria that, you know, you're not gonna be able to notice, but it will be there. And another thing is to make sure you're not actually borrowing other people's mascaras and you're not lending your mascaras out to other people. It could be your best friend in the world, and to be honest, like, I'm not gonna say that I don't do this, because obviously when my best friend says, oh, I forgot my mascara, can I borrow yours? I'm like, oh yeah, of course. You know, you do have even something like conjunctivitis that actually people don't know that they have. It can spread. It's not a nice thing to have. I don't really want to make this into a lecturing kind of video, but it's kind of stuff that maybe you haven't thought about before. Kind of when you're getting ready after PE or something like that, just to whack on a bit of mascara, or something, you know, someone else is putting on a bit of mascara and you might be like, oh, I want a bit of that. No, because you've got to be very careful. Like, always use your own mascara. Always think of it like, you wouldn't use someone else's dirty makeup wipe to remove your makeup with. So why would you use their mascara that they've used on their eyes? It's kind of the same thing. But yeah, that's just something to bear in mind, and again, just to keep swapping them out kind of every six months. I'm going to talk through a couple of mine. I've got some high-end ones and I've got some drugstore ones. Now, for me, I haven't found the perfect mascara. I'm still looking for it. There are some that I absolutely love and I would repurchase, but there is always something that it will never ever hit the spot for me. This is the Maybelline Falsies mascara. Probably seen this all before. It's the one that's got like a spoon there, and you just brush up like this. Really nice, really lengthening. It separates. I think it's Tanya Burr that swears by this. I've about 3 or 4 of these, and it's really good. It's one of those ones that if I went somewhere and I forgot, I probably would repurchase it, because I know that it works for me, but it just doesn't keep that curl. I think this is actually the waterproof one. This is how long I've had it though, it's actually rubbed off. This is the waterproof one, I think, because it's got like the blue band, which is better than the original. I have to wear waterproof ones or else it just doesn't keep the curl for me. But again, it just needs a little bit more, and I just tend to find that this one dries out quite quickly. So that's definitely going in the bin. Next, I've got quite a lot of Maybelline ones. I'm quite a big Maybelline mascara fan. Again, this is the 1x1. Can't see any of it because it's all gone. And again, this is the waterproof one. It's got like the blue bit in here. And this is a plastic, sorry, the last one was a bristle. This is a plastic one. You can see that it kind of tapers the side, it bulges in the middle. And this is again quite nice, it lengthens. This is my second one. My first one wasn't waterproof, so I tried it with the waterproof one, and yeah, it is better. But again, kind of as it starts to dry up, I find that these two are really good at the beginning of their life. Then as it starts to dry out, they dry out quite quickly, so you don't really have a lot of time to use them. But really nice. Again, would be if I didn't have mascara and they didn't have this one, I would buy this one. And then my last Maybelline mascara is the Rocket Volume. Again, waterproof with the little blue thing. And this is probably the biggest wand out of all of the Maybelline ones that I've tried. Bristle brush. Yeah. You can see it's made out of little and long bristles, different lengths, different widths apart. This is quite good for volumizing. It is quite big, so I was a bit nervous for me. This has only got a short lifespan because when it's really wet, the brush is too big, so it will go everywhere. Then as soon as it starts to dry out, I don't get that curl or lift that you would get when it's like that normal wetness. Am I talking rubbish today? And actually I've done a video comparing this to their Real Mascara by Benefit, which is actually this one. This one here. I have compared these two to see whether this is a good alternative, and actually I do really like this. This is, I don't know what is my favourite Maybelline mascara. They all do much of a muchness, to be honest. They're very similar. It will just kind of depend on what brush you particularly like, but for me it's actually probably this one or the Full C's one, because I like the curved wand. But again, going in the bin because I've had it for such a long time. Okay, L'Oreal. This is the Volume Million Lashes. I got this, I think it was last Christmas. So this is like a year old, and this has actually got, again, this is a plastic wand, and it tapers towards the edge, towards the end, sorry, and these always smell quite funny. This has actually got little bits of glitter in it, which is why it's maybe part of the diamond collection that I had, but that's why I never kind of got round to using all of this. It is nice. I would probably get the Volume Million on its own without the kind of glitter in it, because it is actually really nice. It's really lengthening and separates really nicely. Not so much for volume, but it gives again that nice kind of curl. But for me it didn't hold because it's not waterproof. That was kind of so I didn't really use this that much, but it does lengthen. It would kind of be the one that I would probably pair it with something like this to get the length and then add the volume on. And then this is just a number 7 Extreme Length, and again, you can see kind of formal with all these mascaras. Plastic wand, again, really kind of separated bristles. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that properly. Yeah, it's quite similar to the L'Oreal one actually, that it lengths and separates. Not really a lot of volume, to be honest, but very nice, and it was quite handy for me in my handbag to keep it because it was just a travel size sample. So I wouldn't probably buy the full size of it, but it was really nice to lengthen. Going on to Benefit, this is the Bad Girl Lash. Now this is just such a big mascara, and it's got quite a big wand as well. So again, it kind of tapers towards the edge, and again this was very similar to the Rocket one, that it was quite, because when it was wet, because of the brush is too big for my eye, it kind of got everywhere, so I needed it to dry out a little bit, and then it actually worked quite nicely, but the brush is just too big for me. The formula was okay. I probably wouldn't repurchase it because, as I said, the brush is too big and the formula wasn't amazing. I don't think that there's anything difference between one that I can find from Maybelline and this one, formula wise. It didn't blow me away, to be honest. And again, this was in a waterproof format though, formula. And the other one, I've actually got a full size version of this. This is their Real. I'm sure everyone's seen this. So this again is a plastic bristled brush, and it's just got that funny little ball on the end, like that, which is meant to help you get in to the inner corners, maybe do the bottoms, kind of really get all of your lashes to really give them that false look effect. I really like this. Again, really nice and lengthening and separating. I don't think they look false. I think when you sort of, as people kind of build it up, I think they actually just kind of get a bit spidery lash. I'm I think that's quite easy to achieve with this. I just think it's nice for length. I have got the full size, which I will be using, and I really hope, I don't know if it does now, but I really hope this does come in a waterproof version, because actually this is one that I would repurchase again and again if it was in a waterproof one. I definitely prefer it to this. This is no, not anywhere near. This is really, really good. But again, I did do that video comparing the Maybelline one and the Benefit one, so check that out. This is really good. This is probably one of my favourite mascaras from Yves Rocher. It's the Sexy Pulp. Now this has quite a big brush, but because it's not plastic, I actually prefer these type of brushes. It's really lengthening, really volumizing. This for me has got everything in a mascara. It hasn't got a weird smell either. As I say, this is only a small one, and I don't know how much the big one is, so I'm hoping it's not an outrageous price, but I would definitely repurchase the full size of this. Really, really good. And again, I really hope this comes in a waterproof formula. Yeah, really nice. I would really recommend this. I haven't found a drugstore version that's got the volume and the length with that's not a plastic brush. I really like the wand on this. It's so good. Last, it is the Smashbox Full Exposure Mascara. This is one hell of a wand. Check that bad boy out. This really reminds me of the Bad Gal mascara. I actually prefer the formula to it though. It's really volumizing. It is a little bit awkward for me because, as I say, my little eyes, it can get a bit messy. I'm gonna have to see. This is literally brand new. I've only used it once or twice, but I'm gonna have to see kind of as it dries out whether it gets better or whether it gets worse or what happens. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking that the brush might be a bit too big, but it's really nice. It is really volumizing. I would pair it. What I would probably do is get kind of one that's meant to be lengthening and then add this on top to get the volume, whereas something like this Sexy Pulp one, I just need this. I don't need to layer two different mascaras together, so that's why this is actually my favourite at the moment. The only ones that I'm going to keep from this are actually the three little travel size ones. It's the Sexy Pulp one, They're Real by Benefit, and the Smashbox Full Exposure. Actually about to go in the bin. The other thing that I would just say is, if you really want your mascara to last longer, always curl your lashes. You will get a much better curl, and I just find that it lasts a lot longer when you curl your lashes than just having the mascara on their own. So even if you've just got a cheap pair of eyelash curlers, then please use it, just because you get so much more out of your mascara than if you didn't use it. Please give it a thumbs up if you like this sort of video where I'm just sort of rambling on, kind of showing you bits and bobs of my collection, I guess. So yeah, hope you all have a lovely day, and I will speak to you in my next video. Bye!